Hector and Sky. Okay, guys, we're moving on.
Okay, cool.
Hello, y'all. Hector, you want to introduce
Yeah,
yourself?
hi, I'm Hector Shane.
I'm SkyG.
And I'm David, and y'all are producers who want to invest in our TV show.
Tank Monkeys!
Alright. So, our title, of course, Tank Monkeys.
So you may be wondering, what is the story about? Well, obviously it's about monkeys in a tank. What else do you need to know? That's it. Just kidding, it's a long line.
Yes, exactly. When a religious lion warrior hunts a band of orphan monkeys, a reluctant monkey veteran must lead them through the perilous landscape to escape extinction. Our genre is action and adventure, and our themes structure around sacrifice and war and the cost of it.
Okay, Tank Monkeys takes place on Terra, a world very similar to Earth, where humanoid mammals such as dogs, cats, of course monkeys, replace humans, creating diverse societies and nations rich with culture and history. Monkeys were the smartest, however, and they had advanced technology and they abused it to attack other species and take their resources. This created a species-wide rivalry between the cats and the monkeys, which resulted in countless petty wars that dragged in many other nations into battle.
During the 7th Great War, the Eastern Allegiance, which consisted of dogs and monkeys, fought against the fascist feline Reich. You can see dogs and monkeys right there. However, the monkeys and cats have been pretty even, for a while. That's why there are 7 Great Wars. But this time, greedy monkey politicians got too corrupt, and the fascist feline Reich was able to overrun them because they were led by the very exceptional King Leo V. Although the monkeys desperately fought till the very end, the military was completely wiped out, and the systematic extermination of all monkeys began. In just 2 years, 8 million innocent monkeys have been slaughtered.
That brings us to our story about Logan, a veteran of the 7th Great War who must learn to accept responsibility and face his fears. During the Great War, Logan was a tank commander who survived to the last day of the war. But when he knew defeat was inevitable, he ran away. He ran away in his tank, abandoning his people rather than staying to fight. He grows to regret this decision for the rest of his life.
For 14 years, Logan has lived alone in a forest, hunting wildlife in order to support himself. But everything changed after he met 3 young monkeys running from their lives. Saving them from a bounty hunter, he saved Churchill, a kind gorilla, a Mikey, a small, energetic capuchin, and Cage, a rebellious sorry, I'm just getting too flustered. Chimpanzee. They explained to Logan that they were on their journey to a fabled Eastern sanctuary, a supposed safe haven for surviving monkeys. Logan knew that they wouldn't be able to make it by themselves, so he reluctantly agreed to take them to their journey using an old rusty tank he kept hidden.
And that will conclude our Act 1, and riding in Logan's tank, the tank monkeys travel across the very perilous landscape, and they meet many friend and foe alike. But soon, word of the tank monkeys would soon spread to the cats.
The primary antagonist of the story is White Claw. He's half lion, half tiger, he's albino, and he's a high-ranking military commander of the feline Reich. And he's the bastard son of the beloved king, King Leo V, and the half-brother of the current king, King Leo VI. Both brothers want the throne, but since White Claw is not fully lion, he's not allowed. The church banned him from inheriting the throne, so his brother, King Leo VI, inherited it. Much to White Claw's frustration.
So our Act 2 mainly goes through a lot of the monkeys trying to escape from the Crusader army. The Crusader army is the army, like a very small militia of the most powerful cat soldiers, and they're trying to exterminate the monkeys. And the monkeys meet a lot of different kind of peril along the way, which includes the hyena clan in the desert, although we don't have time to go through that. And
Back with the back with the tank monkeys, they discover an old abandoned robot in the desert named Dusty. Although he has lost all his memory, he joined the tank monkeys through their perilous journey because he had nothing better to do. Although he seemed a bit like a goofball at first, he taught Logan an important lesson about protecting the ones that are most important to you. Even though he just knew them for just a week, he sacrificed himself, pushing the Crusaders back, so that the tank monkeys could escape.
And after Dusty's sacrifice, however, since he's just one man, although he's very strong, he wasn't able to completely protect the crew. However, the pandas come in. I know. So basically, let me skip the. Here you can see I created this in Photoshop. It's basically the pandas like in this very cityscape, very hard to see. No one knows the pandas exist, and basically the pandas join and help the monkeys because they don't like the cats. Cats suck.
Everyone hates cats.
Everyone
okay?
hates cats,
So,
yeah. And we have two characters. One is named Yi, the other is named Zihan. However, it's Zihan, who is the apprentice of Yi, dies, which is pretty sad. So Yi decides, after he hears the very sad story of the monkeys, that he wants to join them.
After learning of the failure of the Crusaders to exterminate the tank monkeys, Whiteclaw secretly embarks on his own military platoon to finally eliminate the monkeys once and for all, to prove to the church that he's just as capable as the other lions.
Not yet. And this leads us to the end of our Act 2, where the tank monkeys finally arrive at the supposed angelic sanctuary. But however, they arrive with a cold and somber mood. There's an abandoned boat nearby a gray river, and ruins of houses, buildings line the stone road as crows caw. Logan exits the tank, and the whole crew looks around, and all hope is lost. Everyone is destroyed, emotionally damaged, and Logan realizes he failed. While they're drowning in their misery, a terribly intimidating and fearsome Whiteclaw walks out of the nearby brush, telling them that they must make a choice.
This is the wrong slide.
No, it's not. This is the conclusion.
No, go back. Whiteclaw.
Whiteclaw. A terribly intimidating and fearsome Whiteclaw walks out of the nearby
Actually,
brush.
this is the wrong
No,
slide.
this is the conclusion, Sky. Telling them. The terribly intimidating Whiteclaw walks out the nearby brush, telling them that they must make a choice: either surrender or die.
That's not Whiteclaw, by the way.
It's not Whiteclaw, but that is our conclusion. And basically, why is this story important to us? Well, it gives us a lot. It has given us a lot of creative expression and a lot of group work between the three of us as close friends. And it all started from one of Sky's bold ideas. What if we put monkeys in the tank?
Yeah, one day I got really bored and my phone was dead in the car, so I just thought of something. I'm like, what if monkeys were in a tank? And I like thought of a story. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So that's how it came about.
Oh yeah. So for my essay, I wanted to focus more on the economic impact of refugees because that's what essentially the monkeys are, refugees. And in my findings, I found that they have a lot of stigma around them. And although I found that they have a really good economic impact long term, the stigma comes from the short-term impacts that it causes. In the case of Yi, which Hector explained, accepted them into the Monkey Nation and took them in, right? His upfront cost was putting his home in danger. The cats might have invaded his homeland, which might have put him and his species in danger. Nobody likes cats, as we said, right? And the upfront cost of the real world is that this money, this taxpayer money, could be going to schools, infrastructure, or other things like that. But we can take something from Yi. If we accept these refugees, just like you did, we will see a economic boost in America. Refugees are kind of like bonds. They cost a pretty penny right now, but pay great dividends in the long term as they simulate in this country and call this place home.
Facts. I wrote my research essay about nationalism and how it can be used to manipulate a people to create fascism. It's important to the story because the feline Reich is fascist and xenophobic, even to their own people. Because even to, can you switch to Michael?
Yes.
Even the White Claw, because they don't want him to be king, because he's half tiger. Because lions are at the top, and tigers are like behind lions.
Basically, what I wrote my essay about is something a lot different, although similar to Sky's in the way that it focused a little on fascism, but I wrote about the war that is currently ongoing in Russia and Ukraine, and a lot of it is because if you put the wrong people in power, it can lead to mass genocides, and that hasn't happened yet, and I hope it doesn't, but I wanted to kind of say it's a possibility in my essay. Any questions?
Okay, we only have a few minutes for questions. Okay, because we're moving towards
Zayden.
Okay, I find this wildly impressive. Your group work
Thank
is
you.
really, like, genuinely inspiring. I feel like I've seen you guys over here the whole time, and you guys are always having fun and, like, genuinely enjoying what you're doing, and I find that, like, just very, it comes across in your work, for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate
Also,
it.
who's, like, responsible for most of the artwork?
I did the drawings.
You are an incredibly talented illustrator. Like, I'm
Thank
really,
you.
really blown away. This is like very professional work.
Thank you, I really appreciate it. I appreciate
It's,
that.
it's great.
I really appreciate it. Jack?
Okay, I to what Zane said. The way you three work is incredible. Like, you genuinely be really fun to work with. And the concept of tank monkeys. It is incredible how you took such a, like, the way you thought it up and then turned it into this really intriguing storyline is amazing and something I would be so down to watching. And just the entire presentation the whole way through was so good, so entertaining to watch. You did incredible. So
Thank you,
great
Jack.
work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Henry?
So I had two questions. One, it seems to me that there are some like real world parallels. Like, I assume, are the bears like the Soviets?
Yeah. Wait, how do you know that?
I think
You
you
ever
actually
have any
told
bears?
before.
Yeah.
I don't think I learned that from this. And then
Oh, yeah.
cats are Germany.
Yeah.
Pandas China.
Famous is like whatever.
What about like the monkeys? Like, is there like a real world equivalent for them?
Not necessarily, more just like the Allies during World War II, except that they were really weak and got like dominated.
Okay.
So yeah.
And second question, why should people care about tank monkeys?
Because it's awesome. That's why.
All right, let's leave it at that. We're gonna
What?
Yeah, we have another group left, and we only have 12 minutes.
Oh no!
So you'll have to approach this group.
Oh.
Let's give one more